have Alex Pietrangelo here to take your questions. We'll begin with a question from Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hey, Alex. A couple of guys have mentioned now that there's a lot of similarities between Montreal and Minnesota. I guess, do you see that? And does your guys' approach kind of set up in a similar way for this series?
Yeah, similar, different personnel, but I for sure, definitely some similarities. I mean, obviously we haven't played them this year, and most of us being on the West haven't really played them much over the last couple of years. So we've kind of had to dive into their tendencies, their players, and whatnot. And there definitely is some similarities. Different personnel, like I said, but something that we can definitely build off of.
Next question comes from Jesse Granger, The Athletic.
Yeah, Alex, as an observer, it seems like a team like Montreal that's been playing in front of empty buildings or very limited capacity, it seems like that first few minutes in a building like T-Mobile could be a real shock to the system. I'm curious, your perspective, you're actually on the ice, you know what it's like down there. How do you think they'll handle that?
I kind of thought the same thing. We'd gone so long without fans, but once you get back into it, it just becomes second nature. That we've all done that for a long time. Anyone who's played in junior and made their way to the NHL, they've played in front of a large number of fans. So I thought maybe it'd be a shock, but I don't think it's going to be much of a change for them. I think it'll give them a bit of a boost, but like a little bit of excitement. But in the long run, we've all done it. We've all played the NHL, and we certainly enjoy. That's probably the best part about being a professional athlete.
Next question comes from Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Hey, Alex, everybody's played their former team at this point multiple times, but just as a former captain yourself, do you think that, do you want to perform well personally when it comes to playing your old team in the playoffs, speaking, of course, of Max Pacioretty?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think we want to play well for him, right? I mean, I understand that. I played against my former team, 8 times this year. So I get it. I understand if he does feel like that, and we want to be at our best, for him. So I'm not going to speak for him, but I'm sure he's excited at the same time. It's always, fun playing against your former teammates, and I got a couple over there too. So it'll be fun to battle against them.
Next question comes from Danny Webster, NHL.com.
Hey, Alex, a lot of the talk this year has been about the depth you guys have had. And today, I think you had a full practice, probably the first time in what seems like months. Just how nice was it to have the full house intact?
Yeah, it's good, especially, this time of the year. But then again, this time of the year, you got to get what you need to get ready for the game. So it was nice to see everybody out there. It was nice to have a couple extra days. We haven't really had that since the playoffs started. So a good opportunity for everybody to get some rest and, get ready for tomorrow.
We'll take a few more questions here. Next question is from Arpon Bezu.
Hey, Alex. I wanted to ask you, you referenced a couple of your former teammates. One of them is obviously on defense, Joel Edmondson. He played an important role, and I think for the hockey world, kind of his coming out party when you won the cup. What are the strengths you identified in him then, and what's it been like for you to watch him kind of flourish away from that team?
Yeah, he's had a great year. I mean, we put a lot together when we were in St. Louis, so I'm pretty familiar with the way he plays. I mean, he's gotten, better, as he's continued to play, and he's a big body. And he's going to make it tough on our forwards. Certainly, that was the one part I enjoyed playing with him, is he made it tough on the opposing players. But, we've gone through that. We know what to expect. But you're always happy to see your former line mates and former teammates, having some success.
And we have one last question here from Simon Olivier Laurent from La Presse.
Hey, Alex. When you look at your first line with the Stone, Stevenson, and Pacioretty, it's obvious that the Stevenson isn't such a high-profile player like Stone and Pacioretty, but yet it seems like the perfect complement for them. What makes him having so much success with these two big guys?
Well, I think if you look at the speed, especially up the middle, you got guys like Patch and Stoney that have extremely high hockey IQ. You want someone in the middle that can skate and read off them and has the same level of, hockey IQ, and he does. So the three of them feed off each other really well. They all read the game really well. And the important part is with Stevie on that line, when you put them in the O zone or the D zone, they're a threat. And you can use them pretty much in any situation. And the three of them, have complemented each other all well on both sides of the puck. And seems like it's only gotten better here as we moved on in the playoffs.
Alex, thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome.